Hi, in this video we're going to continue on in chapter 8 with the tutorials from the book that I use for this class. And in the last tutorial we formatted a telephone number. In this one we're going to unformat the telephone number. And the interface has already been set up for us on this one. So what we're going to do on this one is take the number that's already formatted and remove the parentheses and the hyphen. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. So open the project, and this is going to be the telephone unformat. And there we go. So I'll get rid of those two error messages at the top here. And I think everything will be okay. We'll take a look at this when we run this. But what we're going to do is we'll start off with a method that will make sure that we have a valid format to start with. So I'm going to right click on my form 1 here and do view code. Come down here after the initialize components, and we'll put in the method here. So we're going to return a Boolean value. I'm going to call this is valid format, passing in our string str. I have a Boolean variable called valid. So then if str.length equals, and I think I left, nope. Yes, let me double check something here because I think I left something out. Yeah, we need a constant in here. So let's go ahead and put that in there before I forget. So we're going to need a constant in here. Int valid length. And this is going to be equal to 13 because it's the 10 characters plus the two parentheses and the dash. So we got that in there now. So now we can finish this off here. There you go, valid length. Oh, not done yet, sorry. So if str length equal valid length and two ampersands, str for equals a closing parentheses. Oh, I'm missing some stuff here. Let's go back here. And str0 equals the opening parentheses and go down to the next line here. Str bracket 4 equals the closing parentheses and str8 equals the dash. Put all that in there and come down here and delete this off of here. Okay, so I need to figure out why these are underlined here. Okay, so if str length equals valid length and str. Let's see what it says here for the error. Get the character object specified position is the current string object. The object at position index. Operator cannot be applied to operands of type character and string. Oh, okay. I've got double quotes on these, and in Visual C Sharp, double strings, double quotes are for strings, and single quotes are for characters. So I got to change these to all single quotes around this stuff here because this is for characters. There we go. Okay, so now we can go down here and do this. So then valid would be equal to true. And then we do an else on here. Valid will be equal to false. Okay. So then once we get that taken care of, return valid. Okay, so then we're going to have a method that will do our unformat. Private void unformat, passing in a reference string str. So then in here, str is going to be equal to str dot, use the remove now. Whoops, I spelled it. Tr. Remove. We want to remove 0, 1, which means we're moving from position 0 and we want to remove 1 character from there. Okay. And we'll do an str equals str dot remove. Whoops, it did replace instead of remove. This time it's at position 3 because now we don't have the beginning parentheses because we already removed it, so we have the 3 number 0, 1, 2. So this is going to be at position 3, and we want to remove 1 character. And then we're going to have our str dot, equals str dot remove. This time it's at position 6, and we're removing 1 character. And that's all there is to that. So let's scroll this. And then we'll go over to our form and double click on our unformat button and put the code in for this now. Have a variable, string variable input is going to be equal to our number text box dot text. And then we're going to do a trim on it to get rid of anything that might be on it. Carriage returns or anything like that. I need to get this spelled right. There we go. That's what the trim is for. Okay, now we're going to do our if statement. If is valid format, passing in our input, then unformat, passing in our input. See where I am here. Oh, that's right, sorry, reference input. And then message box dot show input. And then we'll have to put an else on here. message box dot show invalid input. Okay. So that should take care of our code there. See anything that's underlined. Go ahead and do the exit button this time. Okay, so let's run this and see what happens. Take a second to get it up here and running. There we go. So we're going to do 555 4444 unformat up invalid. You have to have the whole thing in here, so we'll go in here in front of this and we'll do a parentheses 333 end parentheses, leave the rest of it on their unformat, and there it is without any of the characters in there. Okay, so got that one working okay. So let's go ahead and do the next one. Next one is completing the word game project. Okay, so this is going to be kind of a long one. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and do this in here. It may be a long video, but so this tutorial, we're going to complete the project that plays a Mad Libs style, or libs, however you want to pronounce that style, word game. The application will let the user enter the following items: a day of the week, a type of store, a flavor, a food item, plural, a family member, and a number in the range 1 through 100. After these have been entered, the user can click a button to generate the following story with the user's input inserted at the appropriate location. So every day of the week, we walk to the local name of the store and buy a flavor of food item. On the way back home, visit our family member who is number years old. Okay, so we've already got this one started for us. They got the interface for us. So let's go ahead and load this up. This is the word game. It should be loaded in just a minute. Okay, let's get rid of these off of here. Again, we're going to have some methods to put in, so I'm going to go over here and right-click and view code. And then we'll get started with our methods in here. So our first one is going to be number is valid. Okay, so the number method returns true if the number text box control contains a number in the range 1 to 100. Otherwise, it returns false. So private bool number is valid. We're not passing anything in. So bool status is going to be equal to false. And then int number. So if try dot, no, I'm sorry, let me do this again. If int try parse, and then our number text box dot text out number. Set up right, there we go. Status equals true. Oops. Else status equals false. Oh, wait a minute, sorry. I get ahead of myself and do things that don't have to be in here. We already have the status set to false. So if the if statement is true, if it works, it'll set status equal to true. Otherwise, it will leave status as false. So we don't need to put anything in there. We're just going to return status. Okay? So we're going to generate button. The event click event handler. So we'll go ahead over here and get our generate button set up here. So in here, we got to create our story. So we're going to do var story equals new. We're going to do a string builder, parentheses, and then we'll come down here and build this. Every, and then space in angle brackets, day dash of dash week, and an angle bracket, space. We walk to the local and then store in angle brackets. Do a space, end the quote, plus, and then go down to the next line. Quote, and by, bracket, flavor and bracket, space, bracket, food, dash, item, dash, plural, end bracket, space, or period, space, on the way, going to end the quote, put a plus in here, drop down to the next line. Back home, we visit our, and then bracket, family, dash, member, and bracket, comma, who is space, quote, space, plus, next line, quote, bracket, number and bracket, years old, period. So we have the end quote, end parentheses, semicolon. So that sets all that up. Now we're going to do an if statement. So if number is valid, then we got to do all the replace things. Story dot replace, and then brackets quote, day dash of dash week, end bracket, whoops, beginning bracket over here. Ending bracket after week. And then we put in day text box dot text. Okay. Story dot replace. This time we're going to do store and store text box dot text. Whoops. Why I have, well, it gave me that because I just fixed here. Sometimes it does not let me type in the closing parentheses because it thinks that I'm already done with it, and so then it puts an extra one in there. So next one's our flavor. Get the quote mark in there. Flavor text box text. This one is food item plural. Food text box dot text. This one is a family member. That's family member text box.text. And then number, story.replace, number with number text box.text. And then the last one is story label dot text is going to be equal to story dot to string with no formatting in there. Okay. Now the else on here, it's going to be a message box dot show, enter an integer in the range 1 to 100. And then number, text box dot text, not text, focus. There we go. Okay, so that ends this. Got all that in there. A lot of stuff to type in for this, but it does kind of make a fun little game here. And let's do our exit button. And see what happens. So let's put some stuff in here. I'm going to do, just give me a second here. There we go. Tuesday, pharmacy, chocolate, veggie burgers, in my opinion, yuck. A lot of people like those, so that's fine. Uncle, and then 99. We can generate our story. So every Tuesday, we walk to the local pharmacy and buy chocolate veggie burgers. And we got a little bracket in there, so I have to fix that on there. On the way back, we missed a space there for way back. Home, we visit our uncle who is 99 years old. So a couple things we need to fix. We got an extra bracket. We missed a bracket right there. And it'd be up here. Need a space in here after way. So we'll do this one more time. Tuesday, pharmacy, chocolate, veggie burgers. It doesn't sound good either. Chocolate veggie burgers. Uncle, 99, generate story. Every Tuesday, we walk to the local pharmacy and buy chocolate veggie burgers. On the way back home, we visit our uncle who is 99 years old. So you can play with this, you can plug in other stuff. The story itself is the same, but that type of stuff is all different there. So I hope you got some out of this. They had a lot more stuff in it and different ways of doing stuff with the string builder on here. So I hope this helped you out on that. Bye.